not maintaining the weight, right?
Right.
Because once you lose 50 pounds, you feel like you've accomplished your goal. It's like running a marathon. When you run a marathon, you feel like you've achieved something, and you just stop training for the marathon. You don't train anymore for the marathon. So, my advice to people is think about the weight you want to maintain rather than the amount of pounds you want to lose. That's just my soliloquy for the day.
Soliloquy. Oh, you like
cookies, and you know that those cookies are going to put weight on you
because
quickly.
cookies taste good, and so
That's why you eat it.
I guess that's why most people eat cookies. Sure.
You don't worry about the consequences.
Honestly,
Yeah.
no, I don't worry about it.
If I eat one cookie, I'm serious. I worry about, man, if I eat one cookie, I'm like, I got to run an extra 2 miles for this one cookie. Because that cookie's not doing anything for me. It's only giving me, it's a temporary satisfaction. Temporary. It's a temporary satisfaction. And that type of temporary satisfaction, I rather do.
Well, we all have our things that are important to us. Cookies are important to you. Or the lack of cookies are important to you.
Okay.
And I have the things that are important to me. I didn't really think about cookies. I mean, I had some cookies this weekend. I enjoyed them. I actually got some almond milk to dip them in, and it was quite pleasurable. It was. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna. I did apologize, but I'm not apologizing for that because we only have one life, and cookies should be a part of that life.
There you go. There you go. You know what? I wasn't gonna bring this up.
So okay,
What we should do? What you should do? I want you to get a book. Eat to Live. Get this book called Eat to Live.
Christmas is coming up, Anselm.
Yeah.
Halloween. You can give me that for Halloween.
I'll send you the link for you to get it online.
See? Typical
it's free.
Story of my life.
It's free.
Uh-huh.
It's free.
So get the book and hook a sister up.
I'll send you the link. It's a PDF file. You can get it for free. You can read it at your leisure. Eat to Live.
This isn't the Gary Null book, is it?
No, it's not a Gary Null. I don't know Gary very well.
I'm sure.
But this is, and Margie, listen, I'm not trying to impose on anyone. Most people think I'm trying to impose on them. Listen, I have a cookie every once in a while. I do. Right? I have, what else? I have some chocolate every once in a while. But you know what? Recently I've decided I want to get rid of all of that stuff. I don't need to take that stuff once in a while. I don't need it once in a while. So I think because what I used to do every New Year's, my resolution was to get rid of something that served no purpose, no food that served no purpose to me.
Well, I mean, we could talk about all kinds of food, but these issues probably don't involve you. I mean, I was talking about food all week and today. And introduced to my students genetically modified organisms and
GMO,
cow or beef or cattle or meat that's been injected with hormones, synthetic hormones.
Yeah.
So they looked really upset that this existed, and they says, "Well, does it cost more?" And I said, "No, the healthy stuff costs more than that."
So why listen to this. I don't take steroids to run.
So
steroids help you train harder, right? I don't take steroids. Why will I eat something that's given steroids?
I don't think that most people are aware of what they're eating.
They're aware.
I don't know.
They're aware.
Average person, I don't think so.
They're aware.
See, this is another opportunity to go out on the street and ask people, are they aware they're eating?
Yeah, but they want to overlook it. I mean, come on. We know that eating a chocolate chip cookie is not good for you.
I'm not talking about chocolate chip cookies.
But
I'm not talking about processed sugars.
Okay. You know that white sugar is not good for you. You know that.
Yeah.
Okay? You know that if you buy chips that has 550 milligrams of salt in it, you know that's not good for you. And that's not the whole bag. That's maybe 5 pieces of the chips. So after you get 10...
There are people out there listening now who are eating chips, Anselm, and you're probably insulting them.
No, I'm not insulting. I'm trying to help them.
But what if they... you know what? Like my student said, Miss, why are you telling me this? I don't want to know. It tastes good. That's all I care about.
But you see, that's why you got to inform them. I'll give you an example. I used to go to this store with my good friend. He always picked up a bag of chips. I said, man, why are you getting that chips? He said, man, them chips taste good. I said, let me show you something. I took the chips and I showed him the ingredients. I said, these chips, this whole bag of chips, you might be getting about 5,000 milligrams of salt. And as a person of color, you want to watch your salt intake. Sodium, no good for you. He says, damn, I didn't know that. I said, well, now you know. I said, listen, if you want to get the taste of chips, here is the other one right next to it. It says no salt. Take that one.
No, you want
and you're only gonna get 300 milligrams of salt in the whole bag. So what you can do is now you could still eat one a week. By the time you eat 4 for the month, you still haven't accumulated as much sodium as you have in that one bag.
Are we talking about diet for the rest of this day? So we can
No, we're not going to talk. But I think these things are very important too. And we're gonna go on with this one. Soda. Why would you even waste your time drinking soda? Why would you do that? It's only sugar.
Well, from what I heard on the radio this morning or on the way home, that if people are brought up drinking that, then that becomes part of their life.
I was brought up drinking soda. As a matter of fact, in Trinidad, the soda tastes so good. Man, that thing tastes good. Because of all the amount of sugar they put in it. So good. I love, we call Solo. Man, when I used to go back to Trinidad, I said, man, get me some Solo. But when I got informed and I look at the sugar content, man, 45 grams of sugar in a 16-ounce bottle of soda. I'm like, wow, damn, I didn't know that. And then when they show you, they took a tube. Oh, ego again. I'm showing her something here. I was a guest at Beth Israel Hospital with these 2 former New Jersey Devils pro players, Bruce Driver and Grant Marshall. By the way,
this was last year, obviously.
Yeah, by the way, they asked me for my autograph. You know what I mean? Anyway, at this event, they had a tube with the amount of sugar you get from a soda. And it says, let me just say, 30 grams of sugar. And the tube was this full with white sugar from one soda. This full. And it just, the impact it had on people to understand that every time you drank a soda, this is much sugar that you're putting into your body. So, it tastes good, yeah. But, all right, I'm going to get off my, I just wanted to, that's just informational purposes. So you can take it if you want or you can leave it.
Time check.
You can take it if you want or you can leave it.
I mean, that's fine, Anselm.
So what's, you don't want to hear this type of thing.
No, because I've heard all these things before. So I
just want to eat your cookies and your almond milk.
My benefit or, sometimes I have cookies and sometimes I don't.
But Marjorie, why wouldn't you wanna, try to live the best life possible?
The best life.
Healthy life.
The best life.
Possible, yeah.
Includes cookies.
Okay. All right.
All right, here we go.
I
don't think anyone would deny that.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue that.
No, don't argue that. It's not worth your argument. God, you made me see how you made me lose where I was. I wanted to read about Columbia High School. What was it? Village Green? Village Green, yes?
Which article is that?
Now, the principal, Aaron, and the behavior at the football game was an absolute embarrassment. Students, as we know, can embarrass us, and especially teenagers. They do a very good job at that. And so, just this past weekend was the homecoming football game. And the Columbia High School principal, Aaron, says the behavior at the game was an absolute embarrassment and disgrace. Columbia High School principal Elizabeth Aaron sent a strongly worded letter to the CHS community Monday afternoon decrying the behavior of students at last Friday's homecoming game. In the letter, a version of which she delivered to students over the loudspeaker Monday morning, Aaron said the school administration was greatly disappointed that students were noisy during the performance of the national anthem by the CHS unaccompanied minors. Further, she called it appalling and a disgrace that some students used the F word to cheer against the opposing team, the Nutley Raiders. In the Village Green's coverage of the homecoming game, sports reporter David Schimmel wrote, "It's time for Columbia students to stop their favorite cheer, F-U Nutley. Is a high decibel embarrassment to the high school and the community. These intelligent, engaged students surely can find something more creative and less profane to antagonize the opponent." Aaron noted the football team's extraordinary efforts to begin to build a team and a program that will bring us recognition for years to come. We are proud of their work this season, and your poor choices during the game brought dishonor to them in their hard work. Finally, Aaron apologized for the lack of adult oversight regarding musical selections for the pep rally, which resulted in students using a song whose word choice and sentiments are not reflective of our standards. We've reached out to the district for more details on the song choice, and we'll update this article for more information. The full text of the letter, here it is. Good morning, Columbia. This is Principal Aaron speaking to the students this morning. I regret this morning that I need to review with you both my own observation as those that have been shared with me by members of the community with regard to some of the choices you have made over the last several days. On Friday night at our football game, we were greatly disappointed at the choice that many of you made not to be quiet during the singing of our national anthem. It was an absolute embarrassment to watch many of be so rude during the performance of your classmates who were singing, and it was disrespectful to our marching band, our cheerleaders, and others present who were giving the American flag, our national anthem, and our student performers their full attention. It was equally appalling to listen not once, not twice, but 3 times to a group of high school students or Columbia High School students using vulgarities while cheering against the opposing team. Any cheer that uses, in the case of Friday night, what I would call the F word is a disgrace to Columbia High School. It is an embarrassment to our school and our 2 towns, and especially our football coaching staff and every member of our football team. They have put in hundreds of hours since last spring in extraordinary efforts to bring or build a team and a program that will bring us recognition for years to come. We are proud of their work this season, and your poor choices during the game brought dishonor to them and their hard work. It was embarrassing for me, not only as your principal, but also as a parent in our community who had my own children with me at the game, to have seen them watch and hear such inappropriate behavior from Columbia High School students who should have been cheering for our team, not against Nutley. Finally, I would like to apologize with and behalf of our student council advisor, Ms. Edelman. The lack of adult oversight regarding the musical selections for the pep rally resulted in students using a song whose word choice and sentiments are not reflective of our standards. The lyric and titles sung have led students, parents, staff, and community members to question our integrity and professionalism, as well as to question the decency of our student body. We expect all of our school activities and the choices our students and staff make to embody that integrity, and regret that student choices and behavior did otherwise on Friday. Students and staff, every action we take, whether inside our walls or outside, represents who we are as a community of scholars and citizens at Columbia. Your every word, all of your actions, send a message to everyone who sees you and hears you and leads them to either question